Hello guys, what is going on, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be reviewing Humans Bow Down by James Patterson. Also, I don't want to miss out the fact that it's also by Emily Raymond. Recently I read up in this book quite a bit because at this moment in time I'm getting a lot of new books at the same time, so I'm wondering which one to pick. I'm basing it off like ratings and stuff like that. I'm not really picking very well, I'll get into that in a second, but yeah, I've heard that James Patterson has been doing a lot of collaborations with other authors, which I actually think is really good, especially considering he's a very well-known author. I had never heard of him before, but he's got a lot of work published, so yeah. So, first off, this book is 370-odd pages long. It is a very, very quick read. I shall show you why. Because, as you can see there, there's like a page there that's almost half of it is just a picture. And also there is about a chapter every 3 to 4 pages, so there's a lot of empty space, and well, you could say the pictures are empty space as well, but a lot of the landscape of the page isn't really covered by words, it's covered by other stuff, so you can either skip it or just glance at it, and that will increase your reading time, and you could probably do this in a couple of hours, honestly. Well, not English couple, because other people say couple is in like multiple hours. Like, I'd say I give a read time. I didn't really count how long it took me to read this. I'd probably give it a read time of like 4 hours if you like a moderate speed. In a world run by machines, humans are an endangered species. The Great War is over. The robots have won. The humans who survived have two choices. They can submit and serve the vicious rulers they created. They'll be banished to the reserve, a desolate and hopeless slum camp. Now, following the orders of their soulless leaders, the robots are planning to finish what the Great War started and conquer humanity's last refuge. 6, whose family was killed with the first shots of the war, is a young woman with nothing left to lose. Escaping the reserve with her friend Dub, 6 knows she must find a way to stop the robots before they wipe humans off the face of the earth. So yeah, it's a sort of near future dystopian novel, apocalypse type scenario, you know. It's a bit of a weird one to put into like an actual box when it comes to dystopian novels. So firstly, I would like to say that I didn't enjoy this book too much because it seemed like its aim wasn't really there. It was completely based on the concept, and a lot of the real estate on the pages didn't really progress anything. It was more internal dialogue. This is because the accounts of what happens in the story is based off first person, which takes up a lot more real estate on the page than a third-person novel would, because a lot of the text can be more concise. There's a lot less internal monologue, which a lot of the time doesn't really progress the story. It more builds up like the character and sort of backstory and like the personality of the character. But with this, the main character in this book's personality is just so bland, and she doesn't really have a name, she doesn't really have stances on anything. It's more like, oh, because we just need to fight these robots, and we don't really get given too much of a reason why, other than they're gonna kill the humans, which is a good enough reason, but it's not like a personal reason. This is mainly because the way like her parents died, like you heard in the biography, not the biography, the blurb. She was very young, and she doesn't really have too much of an attachment, apart from something which I'm not going to spoil. It's a very sci-fi reason, honestly. So you can't really relate to that sort of side of it. It's like, not because really with a family or anything like that. It's just more the way she grew up. It's very similar to the Dubs character as well. You heard that in the blurb as well. Dubs is another character you don't get to explore almost any of the past of. And it's just another thing like, oh, we hate the robots because they're gonna kill us, and it's a perfectly like realistic reason, but it's not a relatable reason. So I never really got behind the two main characters at all. I'm gonna sound like a broken record, but it's exactly the same with the main antagonist as well. What I'm calling the main, you can like fight about who the main antagonist is of the story, but I'd like to say it's the Mickey Bo's, who Mickey Bo is like the chapters are split into two like first person accounts of Mickey Bo, who is a Hubot, which is the robots, and the main protagonist 6. So Mickey Bo's sheriff type leader type thing is the main antagonist for me, and yeah, again, you don't get reason why he sort of like goes to more extreme measures than other Hubots to wipe out the human race. Because a lot from where I can see where the story picks up, most of the Hubot race are just sort of like not caring about the humans anymore. They're like over in their like area. They're not really wanting to extinct them. Like anyone that wants to sort of join their way of life is welcome to like serve underneath them and stuff like that. But they're not really looking to kill humans anymore. But this one specific person is, and I don't know why. Honestly, I don't really get a good enough reason. The main concept is like is very good. I mean, with a lot of the books recently that I'm reading, the characters are what lay it down. There's only Strange the Dreamer is the only book where the concept and the world carries it. Is as much of a character as the characters. Even though the characters are amazing as well in that book. But with Humans Bow Down, the characters are god awful. There isn't one redeeming character in the book. But the concept is fine. I mean, it's great. Like it's like a very like, it's not like out of the box or anything like that. Like Strange the Dreamer is, or Breaking Light. Even Breaking Light was another good concept that delivered terribly on the characters. But yeah, with this, it's just a normal. It's a dystopia concept, but I like the sci-fi element of the fact that we created these things in order to serve us, and then a lot of people actually wanted to give them sentience, and as soon as that happened, but we kept them as slaves instead of like they were refined as slaves when they didn't really know that they were a thing themselves. But as soon as they gained sentience, we didn't change their role along with that change. We just kept them as they are, and I like that concept's like, oh well, it's like the Rick and Morty season 1 episode 2 where the dogs gain sentience and then they realize, wait a second, why are we treated this way if we are as smart as you? Smarter in the case of the Hubots and the dogs actually. And yeah, so I like that concept, but like I said, terrible characters. Overall, you know what, I would probably recommend it if you want to have a short read. Let's say if you're on like a short like flight, you could probably get this done, and you might enjoy it. It's just for me, I didn't find the characters relatable at all. But I go on about characters primarily in these reviews, so I'm sort of like I'm trying to build like a community where they will get the most out of my reviews. That's why I'm doing so many. I'm doing like once a week, maybe sometimes twice a week. Get the most out of my reviews because they can watch other reviews and see like say if they read the same book that I've done the review on, then they'll be like, oh, my opinions are the same as his, therefore I'm more likely to trust his review on a book that I haven't read. That's kind of what I want to do. Just sort of build a massive library, and then people can say, oh, if my opinion is the same as his or near the same as his, then I'm more likely to trust him on other books. But if it's not, then I'm like, oh, maybe I will give it a go. And if we're the same opinion on this book, then maybe we're trustworthy. That's the kind of thing I want to do. So hopefully this helps. I'm trying to also branch out the library as well. I was going to do To Kill a Mockingbird, but I'm sort of struggling through that book at the moment. I want to do some more novellas as well, because we haven't done a novella on this channel yet. And I just want to try and get as many genres as possible so people can trust my opinions more. Because opinion is just an opinion. I mean, what does it take to be a critic nowadays? I want to try and justify my opinions by giving you a reason to trust me, sure. Anyway, this has been a bit of a weird review. I've been rambling on a lot more. I don't have like a list or a script this time, so it's getting out there. Also, just to note, I've kept my glass on this entire time because there's like no glare. I paid 30 quid for that. No, I didn't really know that the camera would like not glare, but very happy. That's the thing. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully enjoyed. And yeah, there won't be a review this Saturday. It will be a bonus vlog type thing, hopefully. I haven't decided what it'll be yet. Probably Harry Potter, because everyone seems to love Harry Potter. And yeah, I shall see you next one. Goodbye.